And yeah, we're back live. I'm tired. Okay, just got out of work. Maybe like 10 minutes ago. Let's do some cool projects. So I'm planning on customizing this 3D night this stream. Yeah, I really don't have any other plan tonight. I'm just gonna do this. I've been working all day. I'm just gonna modify this. Alright. So we have this cool 3D printed knight as sent by my buddy, and he wants me to modify this. We're also going to be live on Twitch, so let me just get... We're doing a whole stream so I can figure this out. Alright, so here's a plan. We're just going to customize this thing because I legitimately think the detail work on this is way too good to just be put as like a back burner build. Like the holes could look really cool if they had been like expasturated, like all right. Don't get our super glue, which I'll be my super glue, which I'll be using to conceal. And okay, that's actually a lot more super glue than I need to. Just to gloop up the main damage holes, I just need to go around here and oh, that's too much. Didn't want that much. Ooh, wait. We're just using just enough to coat an upper layer. Just to kind of give the effect. And then also to kind of like just give it a bit more of a shine. I'll just put a bit more. I guess I'll rub more on the body just so I can keep that like persistent like armor-ish shine. Just like that. All right, Twitch. We're gonna get Twitch open. Okay, bug off. Creator dashboard. Stream manager. Doing art. Just like that. And we get my Streamlabs opened pretty easily. The plan is for every nick of damage on this body, we're going to detail it as much as we can. Face capture device. All right, we got the art piece right here. We have to maneuver my finger a bit. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. Hello, everybody. All right. I actually need to design this now. All right. I got Twitch active, so everything's good and land. Just to kind of add some more detail, I want to add some more damage marks on the armor. Is that part... No, it's not. I can actually just add some, like... Alright. Okay, hello, chat. Alright. I wish there was an easier way to do this without having to constantly sprain my hand back and forth. So the plan is, I'm going to add nicks and damages all around. And then, like, for every bit of detail, we're going to super glue texture this. Specifically because I know that I don't have all the texturing materials that I possibly need. I think that's good enough. I should have my lighter with me so I can like speed up the process of this, but then I would have to like use fire and that's just gonna be pain. I think I can add a few extra bits of like texture to like the... Alright, I'm gonna try and figure out what I need. Okay, chat, you can also ask questions whenever you want. Go right ahead. Okay. I'm going to texture the little thing, a metal emblem with a gold so that I can there we go. It's not much of an editing technique, but it is something I want to do for a long time, is get some work done. This is a chill stream. You guys, if you don't, you guys can basically type in chat or ask questions or ask me what day is doing. Go ahead. Go perfectly ahead. I'm perfectly fine with that. 100%. This is just me to kind of like burn off steam and kind of figure things out. So this is how far I've gotten for my Twitch viewers. This is the guy. And we're kind of working to detail this guy as much as physically possible. And this also means we're going to be doing a ton of tiny detail work. Our paint archers and Sean. We're gonna actually wait until like the super glue dries in the bottom. Wait until that dries, but for now, I can then work on some cool texturing that I can figure out. Oh, that's been on my, oh, that's now on my table. I'm now gonna just, okay, so you might not be able to see it. But I have to move the computer screen down a little bit more so I can work on my table specifically for this detail. Ah. Sleeping on my finger sucks. I'm working on detailing smaller parts of the mask while the main parts. Alright, so this is what's going to get a little bit tricky, because now I have to maneuver the body just enough where I can just barely... Yeah, come on. It's what I do in my free time, by the way. Like, if you wonder what I do when I'm not streaming, if stuff like this... I'm going to solidify that detail into the go. Just like that. And then the second detail that would go right on the upper lip of the crack on the helmet. Unless there's more damage I can kind of rough around just for the hell of it. But I'm not going to add extra damage if needed. I'm only going to modify the pre-existing bits. So, all this is fine. I'm going to let that chill out and harden. And while that is happening, we're going to... I will show you guys actually what I'm doing. Just give me a sec. And then I just need to solidify the details. The details on the shoe by slathering a good amount of super glue right over all the detail. Just to kind of add into that armor-esque feel. I don't know if someone messaged me on Discord. Anyone message me? The answer is no. No, they didn't. Yeah, there we go. That should be enough for the shoe. And then I'm gonna check if it's leaking at all. It's not. And now we're just gonna let that dry. And for now, I think that's all the damage done. Oh, wait, I am missing an area of damage. The entire front of here. This one's gonna be a big chunk of damage. I'm gonna have to like angle my fingers and like my pen around these little bits and angles because of how much there is for the foot. Just to kind of like add that like silver damage detail bit. And then kind of just like add that in. The detailing issue is with the angles because I can't really just like this because I'm messing with super glue as well. Remember that I am using super glue, which is something my clothing does not like. So I'm kind of like skimming around a little bit of details. That's perfectly fine. That helmet bit is actually really well done. That was not what I want to do. And then now we just need to figure out how to turn this guy around without his helmet flipping opened. Luckily his hands have no damage, so we're perfectly fine. Super glue, and we just need to slather all of this detail with a healthy amount of liquid plastic super glue. Because God knows we'd have enough microplastics in our system. And thanks to the super glue actually making the paint markers color not as strong, it makes the colors look more dulled out when they dry, which means it look a lot more older. This also allows me to do some tiny details around where the helmet and the body is, because I like myself my details. There we go. Now the plan is I'm going to super glue every part separately with the detail, but for now, we just have each little bit of texture slowly being connected, which means I'm going to slowly, ow, I forgot that there is super glue all over the foot. Hasn't dried yet. Completely forgot, actually. That's my fault. I should have flew like a weak flame or super glue hardening chemical to do this, but I don't have that because it's too expensive. That it kind of sucks because getting my jacket. Alright, chat. I'll show in a bit that. Just gotta wait for that super glue to. The thing about super glue and the paint I'm using is that it actually makes the glue more the paint more opaque, which means that when the glue dries, it actually will look more gray and dull than the gray color that's actually coming out of it. Mm. And there is a small area in the leg that has some actual like damage holes in it, which I can use. Just to kind of add that little speckling effect. This is all I'm going to be doing for the whole stream. I don't have a plan. go. I think that's enough detail for the main body. Next detail is going to be on the face, and that's going to be a pain because I'm going to have to detail a lot on it. There we go. That should be enough for the front mask. Now the gimmick being, I want to make I just need to gloop up the entire front mask without closing it. Otherwise that would seal the mask, and I don't want... See it? No, you don't. Come on, buddy. I'm just trying to detail you, bud. Alright. This is just part of my plan to just kind of detail this, is like to slowly add detail rather than like rush it. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I think now we can like take a breather. Okay, let's take a breather while the glue dries entirely, because I don't want to just... I want to move it very, very slowly out of camera angle so I can let the entire detail let all the details dry. There we go. Yeah, there we go, the light active. So while this guy finishes his drawing, which will probably take a matter of 5 minutes, I'll answer questions, I don't mind. I'm probably going to work on smaller projects too while I'm waiting. That was not something I wanted to do. I did not want to rip out my only paint pen and mark my only pair of work pants. Don't want to do that. This is my first project. So my first big project on this style was, I think, 3 months ago. And let me just close off this for now. This guy was my first ever. Chat has no idea, but I'm kind of jumping between YouTube and Twitch. This is basically it. It's super glue and hot glue and all of that. So the plan that I want to work on, I want to specifically just default. This just looks really cool though. Parts are not going to come out of this thing. This thing is secure. I mean, they're pretty loose rubber bands on this and everything, but I'm not going to super glue all that. That's too much work. I think the majority of it is probably hardened already. I'm not sure. I'm bored. I'm legitimately tired. I am so tired right now. I legitimately want to sleep. I'm bored. I wonder if it's done gluing yet. Yeah, so half awake. Oh, ooh. Alright. I'm just gonna check on it. So that's still good. I mean, that doesn't have any glue problems. With the drying glue effect, it even adds a bit more damage and age, which is something I really like. That does so much aging. That actually does so much aging. I love it. So the plan for the gluing effect is that I want it to be like an old aged black armor with old gold trims. And that's kind of what I'm going for. Only problem is I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Now I could go with a super glue only technique, but that would just probably not work in my favor. I'll figure it out. Alright, Twitch, I think we're ready to head back into it. Alright. It's back on my desk. Just like that. And now we just need to be very careful how we pick up our big skeleton boy. There we go. So looking at the damage and how the grays and the white kind of merge, that really actually works in my favor. That really does. That actually looks so cool. Yeah, it actually looks really good. Now the plan for the next bit is I want to eventually add some more markings around, because the mask is basically there. I just need some markings around the hand. Okay, this light's actually bugging me because it's switching. Alright, let's turn my... Ooh, right. I have 3 models on my light. Let me take them off just for a second. Arachnid spider, you're going on top of the giant murderous thing. And then articulated abomination, going right over here, on top of my corrupted knight. Alright, so for now, I think the glue is hardened enough. This is basically what I've gotten. The original color was like matte black. That actually looks really good. Okay, before anything else, I'm going to test out to make sure it's dry. Okay, that is actually dry. That is dry, but now I need to work on some detailing of the armor platings. Okay. So my plan for the arms is I want to for each hole that exists, we're going to basically do some modification, which is just another word for I'm too lazy to actually edit myself, so we're gonna just do it with natural effects. There we go. I think that should just be enough. Just enough glue just to cover up the mark. And while I'm doing this, we can actually customize the sign to tiny sword and dagger, which is something I wanted. Now my plan was to super glue one of these into the jabby holes, but I didn't want to do that permanently. So we're just gonna modify the arrow and try and find the right area for it to go. Now my thought is I could shove it in the chest area. Like that. But I don't think that's gonna work. So we're gonna have to figure this out from this point on. We're gonna just modify the weapons. We're just gonna modify the weapons while I let this guy in his tattered glory. If you look at his arm, I kind of add a bit more detail right around here. Separate the limbs, make sure the helmet is still in pretty decent shape. Sword. Now what I'm thinking is to do this silver effect, but to make it right like this. I have to move the camera down a bit more. Like to like one side, I want to design the detail just a tad bit. Just like that. And then, much like the original armor, I will slather that with a layer of super glue, which would lock in the color and dull out the color just enough just enough to make it have that like much duller yet nicer looking shine to it. And I'm gonna just put this in the hand of the knight while that's doing that. The next plan is to modify the arrow, which in my opinion, I want to modify that into a golden arrow wood color. Gold, baby, that's what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing for the whole stream, by the way, don't worry about it. Gold arrow, just like that. And then the gimmick is I'm not gonna super glue this because I want to, well, we are gonna super glue it, but there's a reason why I'm doing it like differently than like most other projects. Unlike before, I'm gonna super glue all these details in. And the plan is I want to save this for another project. So we're saving this for a new project. We're leaving the original unit for an older one. Where did the dagger go? And we're gonna just use one of my old fidget spinners to do it like that. Tiny golden arrow. And the plan is we're gonna put this arrow somewhere where I can kind of put it upward, which will be perfect right there. There you go, fly normally. And then I'm gonna retake the sword out of the knight's hand. Cool, shiny sword look. And then my plan is I want to kind of place this on a flat paper object right over there. And we're going to keep working on the knight now that I kind of let time settle for the glue to dry. And then the next part will be detailing these smaller giblets in the front, which will be okay. That ain't working. I have to lower that a bit more. Kind of add that small amount of texture. There we go. Just to kind of add some more edge guarding. I think that's all I really want to do for the body itself. I don't want to break it down or damage it, but I don't want to add too much texture. Just to kind of do that. Now the next thing I have, now then, my eardrum, what the hell? Oh, stop. Alright. I actually have a good amount of this fake moss, which, this fake purple moss, which I could probably, if I'm lucky enough, no, I'm going to save that for later. Let's see if I have any junk in the junk drawer to see if there's any junk in my trunk drawer. The old sword handle, that should work for something. Pikachu coin, Lego piece, small sign, far-fetched coin. Lycanroc, Pokemon coin. Wait, Coco coin. Gardevoir coin. Entei coin. I don't see anything in here that could be useful in this project. For like texturing reason, I don't think I have anything. Ah, that sucks. I thought I had more junk in here. Okay, maybe it's in my lower drawers. What do we have in here even? Hockey puck I got from a tournament. It's some random debris. The cube. That's not important. I swear, I swear to God, I have more cool things in here. Sheet thingy. Stray paper. Captain Morgan's bottle. Another stone cube. Oh, nothing in there. Candy wrapper. Canine card from a few years ago. Extremely expired Tootsie Roll. Small human torso. Lots and lots of sticks. Cool. I could probably use this for another project eventually. What else do we have? Anime sword I stole from my dead guy. Thanos gauntlet ring. My old pair of glasses, which I'm never gonna wear again. The cube. Why do I have the cube multiple times? I could probably shove that in the rib cage. No, that'd be too much editing. Single rubber band. Probably use that. Plastic debris. Quarters and coins. My old nail clippers, which I will never use because I carry my own now. Another rubber band. Broken screw. A third rubber band, a fourth. Okay, I have a lot of rubber bands in here. I have a lot of junk in here. All right, let's continue by looking in my pile of random garbage. Wood debris, more wood debris. We got a lot of wood debris in here. I have a few cool looking things in here. Some wood stencil bits and parts, which I could probably use for detailing if I wanted to detail this a bit more. Nah, I don't want to do that. It's too much. Rubber band. You know what? Just give me like 30 rubber bands. I'm going to use at least a few. Alright. And a Monty Gator torso. Alright, we got enough parts. Let's go start working on this custom thing. And spear. One of my favorite longswords. Will actually shove somewhere in my desk. There we go. I think it's like fully dry now. Shit looks cool now, but out of all the detail work, it still needs something. I still want to give it some more detail, so we're gonna go switch to the head, which I want to give it a gold crest. Starting from here, and I'll give it a big, long, golden crest that goes from there to back here. Just to give it a bit more customization. And then that gold crest actually gives it a bit more person. Now we're going into detailing now with actual detail, not just like weathering, but all right. And now we just need to secure the gold paint, which will be detailed like this. And we're gonna let that dry. And then my plan is I then also going to detail some gold cuffs on this guy too eventually. But I want to let the top. I want to let the top dry first. And so this is how much work has gone into this project. This is for the YouTube viewers. Now the next part will be detailing the arms. Which I'm gonna close a super glue cap for this. Because this is gonna be a bit of a tough one. Because while the top's drawing, I can't really do much work other than testing on the cube. I'm gonna test how detailed I can get the gold paint without messing up my markers. Is there a way that I can just slather on the glue without darkening or messing up the texture at all? So the first texture happens, so before it fully solidifies things to glue. Got it. I can actually see it hardening in real time, which is really interesting. I'm going to slowly turn it. Ooh, 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 that's not what I wanted to happen. Sir, I need you to let go of your side, please. I don't want your lower... super glued to you. There we go. Much like with the first one was a textual thing, this is just me doing detail work on it. And then I need to then with the this is only a test. I'm only testing the colors on the arm, and if not, then it's gonna be messed up forever, but who cares? I think that looks pretty good on the arms. I just need to do it with the second one. Just turn it like that. Please stop getting stuck to your side. I don't want you doing that. This is like the stressful part, is trying to get all the color on every bit of the arm before I glue it together, otherwise the color is going to be all messed up. And that's why I was being worried at being careful, because I don't want this touching that, because if that does, it will fuck up the glue. It doesn't touch. I don't think it touches. Alright, so that just means I need to be careful with the next actions. And then we're gonna flip this guy forward. We'll just, please keep your crest up here. He has 4 gold teeth. There we go. And while I'm waiting for the upper crest part to harden, I can do the mouth. So he has some like gold teeth in his mouth, which looks actually really cool. Okay, you did not follow up. There we go. With the crest and the buckle, this all looks really cool. I don't think the teeth even touch the inside, so as long as the teeth are perfectly fine, I'm fine with that. So this is basically what I gotten. The next pit I need to get done is going to be on the arms. Very careful upon holding the arm out and concealing the arm's paint, including the joint holding it together in case of crack. Super glue. Like so. This is like gentle work, by the way. Alright, that should do it. And that solidifies the gold on there. With the next detailing I want to do being the, this is where Max Plan comes in. Alright. This is where like the tiny details are now gonna start forming. I think I got the arms right. I think I did. Yeah, okay, that's actually really good articulation. There, I think that's actually good styling. I just now need to glue. Okay, this put my gold paint marker all over my finger. Fun. Alright, come on. Alright. Alright, I think with the gold trimming on both ends, it should be easy. I just need to hold. The only hard part about this is I'm trying to hold something that has no grip whatsoever to each other. So I'm going to try and lather up the arm on both ends to kind of keep that glue in that area. Alright, with this, I think the detail looks really cool for the arms. Like if I wish 3D printing did like this kind of layering without it messing up everything. That's the fun in painting. You don't know really what you're doing. I'm gonna actually paint over the dagger now with a gold color. Much like I did with the sword, which the sword is not gold and is fully hardened. Now I can go over it with the gold to kind of add in the dust coming off of this. To create this gold sword. Alright, I'm going back to my experimental. So it seems the super glue does affect the paint in some way if it's solely the paint alone, as it makes it puff outward. Will that be a problem if I'm painting it over grooves? Probably not. And now we're just gonna paint over that again. with that, we're gonna let everything drain. I think that's it. I think we're done. With the next detailed bit, I want to make being for the sword. To kind of design a custom looking blade. This will be my custom sword I'm gonna be making for tonight. Now for tonight, it looks like nothing in the back, but if I were to, no, I'm not gonna grip it yet because that would actually, that might actually do more damage to the plastic, which I don't want to do more damage, and I already am with the paint and the there we go. Got all the texture in. It doesn't show on the front, but I don't care. Alright, so if I were to pick this up and show it to YouTube, that's basically we're at the trend. I wish you could. Since the gold on this is drying, I can't really do much, but that's what it looks from the side. Pretty damn cool, I'm not gonna lie. I actually kind of like the way this looks. And we're gonna actually work on a skull next. I don't want to add too much work to be done to this because there is no real texture to anything else. Unless I can try and bronze up the bones a little bit. Okay, let's try and do that. Alright, we're gonna put the funny knight sword in between some random rock debris to harden. And then my plan, hello again. So this is what it looks like to anyone that has not watched, does not know what it looks like in the front. It's pretty cool looking. I got the gold trim all over like areas that would have gold. The armor has some cool gold trim. Its helmet has some gold trim going down it. The only problem I have is the ribs. And I haven't tested this out, but I don't know about if this is gonna work or not. So if I put it on, so if I were to like, I don't know idea. I should probably test this on something white. So if I do white and then it looks like a dirty auburn. So my test is if I put some of that on the ribs, right? Okay, that's where the problem comes in, because then I gotta figure out how to, like, brush it in. So luckily I have a bunch of this like moss stuff, and this is where my plan comes in. Can I find a way to shove this moss stuff into a hole and then use that for texturing? This is where my plan comes in, because if I look at the skull, I can clearly add dabs of this, and then oh, right, that's still hardening. Alright, so that isn't gonna work. With the skull, I kind of did a little bit of it, and on the wrist too. But I don't think this one's gonna work, so this plan is scrapped. Unless I'm able to do something cool with the, like, rust. Can I make some, like, rust effects on the helmet? So, like, if I were to, I don't know idea, do some orange on the side. So, like, what if I did in the front like a streaky, like a line of rust? I think my and then to design like the rust, ooh, that actually looks way cooler than this regular. The rust actually being like where blood used to be, that actually can kind of work. Just where all like the there we go. And now all I need to do is detail all of these rust bits with super glue, just to kind of solidify the texture. Alright, and then oh, that's on my finger now. That's gonna be annoying later. fun. There we go. With the orange actually representing blood, it could actually work out in my favor. Just do, oh shit, the middle one is still not hardened fully. That sucks. And now we wait again for the hardening process because all this texture takes time. I have no idea if I even have the right paint. So this is where my main idea comes in. So I do want to have at least one of the holes have the dagger. And what I'm thinking is to have that be right in the heart area. So like the dagger will be right in the heart. So to design the dagger's texture, tiny dagger, we will paint the whole thing silver, blade fully silver. To kind of like fill in every gap possible. And then we just need some solidifying goo, which is super glue, Gorilla Super Glue, which is a very trusty and useful tool in these art projects. There we go. And then since we know how far this goes in, I'm thinking we can just kind of slide it in. If I can press it from the arms. Just slide it in like that. Ooh. Oh, good time. There we go. And that dagger now acts like a support. Now I'm now going to slide this back so that I can lay this on the table again. With each of the stab areas having a specific design, I want to leave 2 of them open, 1 of them has the mark, with the other one being in the head. Now, the plan is I then need to then, while this is gluing, I will permanently asphyxiate the blade by going around the blade. With super glue again, just to kind of like give off I would put like plants. I should probably not put plants on there. Jingle, jangle, jingle. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go to bed because I'm super tired. I got work tomorrow. I'll probably stream tomorrow or play one go. What are the other? I don't really care about the shinies this event either way. Anywho, I'm gonna end stream on both Twitch and YouTube, so I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.